sorry about that. So I'm going to answer Rose's question right now while people are coming back into the fold. So how do I tell the difference between a real and fake profile, one that likes for the sake of liking? And so here are some things that you can probably tell. Like, so whenever I come across like really fake profiles, I just see that they have maybe they just have like five or six pictures, and they all say like get more followers or anything like that. If they are engaging with you and they're saying something like different than just great profile, thumbs up, or great, thumbs up. If it doesn't make sense to your post, then they're probably a spammer, or they have this bot that just checks all of the hashtags and the newsfeed to just comment up on the post that say certain keywords, and you don't want to mess with that. If they are following you, go ahead and block them, Rose. And blocking them is actually going to help you increase your engagement with from these like bots and other things. Okay, so yeah, so as we're joining, so sorry you guys about that. That's that whole disconnect. I think I like refreshed my browser and it just totally messed up. So I'm going to be using my phone from now on. All right. So what we're going to do now is pictures or video. Okay, I answered that one. Someone said that Instagram has changed the way their hashtags work. What I've been doing is dropping them down using dots to get them in. Is there a better way or smarter way to utilize hashtags? Okay, so this is how I think about this. If Instagram has not released an official statement on how something is working, I totally ignore it. I think it's just people that get really paranoid and then they start sharing their paranoia with everyone else. I would say keep doing your hashtags the way that you are doing them. If Facebook did not, if Facebook or Instagram did not want you to use hashtags inside your initial caption, then they would just put in some code to not allow it to happen. So I think that you don't have to do that. Now with hashtags, I want to tell you that that leads me to the next question, which is like, how do I use hashtags appropriately? And what I like to do is instead of doing the whole generic hashtags, I like to go in and do a little bit of hashtag research and look at hashtags that are that have about 200,000 submissions or less, and that's very easy to do. It probably takes you about like 5 minutes, but it helps you actually put your content in front of people that that will actually see it. Because if you're going to be for example, if you use hashtags that are too vague, think of them as mini search engines, right? So people are looking through them all the time for content that they like, and if they can't see your content, or if you can't rank as like the top post, then it doesn't really matter. And so if you are using things like hashtag love or hashtag faith, that is too broad of an actual hashtag, because those hashtags probably have about 5 million submissions, and the submissions probably come in maybe like hundreds at a time per minute. And so there's no way that you can compete with that, especially if you have a smaller page that doesn't get instant engagement right then and there to help you rank higher in the hashtag profile. And so what I do is I just spend 5 or 10 minutes, go in there and look for hashtags that have less than 200,000 submissions. Every now and again, I'll add some that have maybe like 300,000 or 400 to 500,000, but I don't go any higher than that. Basically because I know my profile is small and I don't receive like thousands of likes up on my content yet. But I start getting the content seen to people more so there. And really, I get to rank. I can be a top post in a hashtag that is 200,000 submissions versus a 1 million submission hashtag. And so it just kind of makes it easier for people to see your content more. Okay, and so let's see what else we have. You guys go ahead and put your comments down below. If you have any, sorry, your questions down below. If you have any more, I would love to answer them. Let's see. Nicole's here. Party's finally here. Jeez, it took you forever. You missed my little fiasco. Okay, let's see. I answered Crystal's question. And so now what I want to do is, let me go back to my other questions, the ones that you guys had asked here. So, oh, here's a good one. How do I combat the algorithms and gain real followers, not businesses or bots? So this is this one ties really good. Maybe I didn't we'll say that one good enough. How do I combat the algorithms and gain real followers, not other businesses or bots? So this one ties into your hashtags and in the content that you put out there. And so with the hashtags, I just mentioned that you don't want to use hashtags that are more than 200,000 submissions. And so now I want you to go a little bit further and think more about your ideal customer and what hashtags they are using. So for example, I am a social media and brand strategist. I wouldn't use hashtag brand strategist or hashtag social media coach, because if I'm looking for people that want to buy from me, they're not thinking that they aren't really thinking that they need a social media person like right now. So they're not going to say, I'm going to search for a social media person online that can help me with my business strategy. They're going to be searching for things maybe like, I don't know, work life be like, or mom life. If I'm having, or if I wouldn't use mom life, but if you are a mom and if you are like maybe a mom blogger, you can use hashtag mom life be like, or something like that. And so what I would encourage you to do is look at those hashtags and start thinking about them less like selling yourself and more into the conversations of your ideal customer. So what are those struggles? So think back to the first question that I answered, which was how do you target certain people? So building out the ideal customer profile, start looking for things that they search for online, and find out like how they say things in their own words. And then after you have that kind of information, you can start thinking about how they would make their hashtags. And so, And so what I would do is just like take a little bit more time and start looking at that, because what you want to do is you want to delight and inspire them. Like you don't want them to know that you are being crazy salesy. You want your post to be seen by them in a way that's like in the sea of people that are just posting lifestyle things. This is the one helpful piece of information that gives value to me in like helping me like kind of make my life better or help me live the life that I want to go after. All right, and so let's see. Let's go ahead and answer your Pinterest question, Nicole. I have it right here. I recently got my first pin for original content on Pinterest. Yay, go Nicole. How do you suggest gaining more followers and pins there? There seems to be so much noise, but I know how to provide value to my audience. I'm really hesitant to pay for promotion. Well, guess what, Nicole? You don't have to pay a dime to Pinterest right now, okay? So all you have to do is just start posting more of that content. So you got your first repin. I'm so happy about that. What you would do now is to look at how you describe that pin. Look at the actual graphic that you use for that pin and try to replicate that for your other existing content. Keep in mind that Pinterest is, It's an airplane flying right now. It's great. It's great. All right, so think of Pinterest as as a really, really huge search engine. People are searching on Pinterest for all kinds of ideas. They search it just like they search Google and YouTube. And so what you want to do is make sure that you tell Pinterest what the heck your pins are. So if you just share a photo of the blog that you have linked, and you don't put any description words or any keywords inside your pin description, Pinterest has no idea what the heck that pin is. So be sure that you really, really describe it into detail what it is without keyword stuffing. Don't use any hashtags up on Pinterest. Just be as detailed in the pin description and the title of the pin as possible, and then Pinterest will do all the work for you. Another thing to do to get more eyeballs up, to get more eyeballs up on your Pinterest account is to collaborate with other pin boards. So do group pins. What happens is if you guys collaborate up on a group pin and you pin content in there and they're pinning content, different audiences are seeing that content. And so it's kind of like a mini collaboration that everyone's adding to that board. Okay. Let's see what else. So Crystal asked for recommendations on getting a new audience or customers. So on getting a new audience or customers, so getting new customers, I can say I probably would go with getting new customers first and getting new audiences, because what you're saying is that you want to pursue another demographic than your ideal customer. So I like to work on you knowing all the details about this one demographic so that you can grow and scale from there. What I would do is, if you do have another audience that you want to pursue, I would start looking at your content that you have now and seeing if it is resonating with them. So building out another ideal customer profile, seeing what kind of content they consume, what competitors are doing to get them to engage with that content, what kind of things are they searching for online, and how can you give them that kind of content. The same thing for getting more customers. For getting more customers is that you got to start speaking their language. You got to stop being that salesy person. Not saying that you are salesy. I'm just saying that if you want to get more customers, you want to delight and inspire people and get them to be your best friend. So you want to really, really commit to that ideal customer profile and get them to think that you are speaking their language and that you are relating to them on a whole level that that no one else gets them on, and that any other competitors out there don't compare to the value and the way that you know them. And you do that by doing all of the research. You engage with them on your posts already. Since you already know the types of things that they search for online, you give them that content. You give them everything that they could be searching for online and get them all to you, and then get them inside an email list. It's so important to use Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest for community first, and then get them off of the platform into your email list. If you can do me a quick favor, everyone, tell me if you are currently using email marketing in your marketing strategy. Just give me like a yes in the comments right now. I want to really know, because the way that you get more customers and the way that you get them to be customers, like turning those followers into actual fans, is by converting them into an email list. It's also a way where you don't really have to pay for ads either. I know Facebook is more of a pay to play, right? And Instagram is probably about to be that way sometime soon. And because with all this constant change and all of the algorithms and things being demonetized out there, it's so much more important now to start building an email list. And because think about it, we don't own these platforms. They just, we just rent space. And so the one place that we do own is email marketing. We actually can control who we let, what kind of message we want them to have and when we want them to have it. Okay, so we have Crystal's using email marketing. Autumn, you're not. Nicole, you're not. Michael, you're not. Okay, well, definitely just get a MailChimp just for right now. Play around with it. Start building that email list. And the top way that I suggest you doing that is to answer the question of what kind of content does your customer search for online, and make something that's worthwhile for them to exchange their email address for. So if you, I don't know why I keep gravitating to fitness for some reason, but if you are a personal trainer, you would probably want to give them like 10 ab workouts to actually like help you tone your body, right? And then that's something that I will want. And so what you'll do, and then I'll be willing to exchange my email for that. And then it's just that simple. They have my email address and they can start marketing to me, remarketing to me, using using Facebook ads, Instagram ads if I want, or I can just start building that relationship with you through email marketing and giving you more and more content as the days go by. And then when it's time for me to sell you something, you've already warmed me up to where I'm willing to now pay you for these services, because you give me so much free content and you give me like so much of your time. You give me so much of like what you know. I'm willing to now invest in whatever you're offering to me. And it may sound like a little like weird now, but it really works. It really works. Email marketing is another way for you to build a relationship with people, maybe even deeper than what social media has. All right, so let me see what else. Autumn has another question. What makes a great portfolio? I'm using Squarespace for my business. I'm still editing a few things, kind of picky, so am I. But my other question is, how do I pull my audience to my website on social media to have engaging profile/portfolio? Okay, so I think this is what makes a great portfolio. I'm using Squarespace. Your portfolio, I used WordPress for my portfolio back in the day. I think Squarespace is just fine for that as well. I like WordPress because I get to pick and choose how I want things to look. I think Squarespace has that same ability. I'm just not familiar with it. I'm used to WordPress everything. And for how to get people to your website, it's to build the community first. The goal is to get people to your website, but that's going to be a not a long-term goal, but like after you kind of warm them up and after you've given them value first is when they're going to want to go to your website, right? So it kind of circles back to that whole, like what kind of questions or what are the needs of your customer right now, and how can you give them quick wins and quick pieces of information to help build that connection with them on social media first? Is it that you have Facebook Live, just like how this is, and you're giving them all that content, or sorry, not content, but you're giving them so much information and so much value in one sitting that they think that they should pay you for it, but they don't have to. And then after you kind of, after you have gone and given them that much value, they're going to want to research more about you. They're going to want to go to your website for more information. And you're going to be able to get them that way. You hopefully in that whole kind of connection with them, you're going to be able to get them onto your email list. And then your email list is an easier way to get people to your website, because once you've built that community and you've given them all that resources there, you can make some kind of like lead page where you claim their email and then exchange some kind of downloadable resource and get them up on your email list. And then after a while, you start connecting with them and then start giving them content that is already up on your website. So get them to go on, So get them to go up onto your website that way. It's a lot easier to get them to your social media to email list and then website than from social media to your website. That's so much of a hard ask that it's kind of like, I don't even know you yet. How do I know that I want to go to your website? So, because think of social media as like the playground, and then the website as your home. If you just met someone for just like 2 minutes, how do I know that I want to go home with you? How do I know that you are exactly what I'm looking for? I don't, and so I need some more touch points with you. I need some more value that you need to give me. So I need for you to make it more worth it for me to want to go to your website. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Nicole asked, so I shouldn't mention the blog in every marketing post. So I wouldn't mention the blog in every marketing post. I think as the time goes on, you will be able to get the audience member that knows that you have a blog and that you are I guess the quick answer to it is like, no, you should not mention like your blog in every single post, because it sounds like you're selling to me in every post and that you want me to go to your website all the time. And like, I know from the back end, we want them to go to your website. That's the point. Like, why else would you be running a blog if you didn't want people to go see it? But from the outside, you want to really build that relationship first. And so, no, don't mention the blog. Just mention things in the blog. Mention your core values first. Like, so mention like the things that you hold near and dear to your heart first. Mention those things that they relate to on your Instagram channel or your YouTube channel or your Facebook account too. Okay, let's see. Okay, Autumn, I also have a question for you right here too. What do you find works best when reaching an audience on Instagram and Twitter? I never got the hang of Twitter, but I want to give it a try at least. So with Twitter is really much of a really quick communication. It's still it's still that whole like in real time like feed, right? And so what you want to do for Twitter is just start posting things. Like you can post like if you want to kind of show more of like your personal side, you can start like posting what you're doing. You can share your blog posts. You can start sharing your YouTube channels. Not to be too spammy, like don't share all the time, but aside from going in there and engaging with people that mention you, that's going to be one way that you can use Twitter. Another way is to go a little bit more deeper and to start searching for like conversations. Like Twitter has an advanced search that is still really, really good, to where you can literally type in a question and someone in the world has asked it before, and you can even go and do that same thing and hone in on on that same conversation, if it's in Virginia or if it's in Texas or if it's in Atlanta, and answer questions only in Atlanta, or just engage with people only in those certain areas on Twitter. That's how I would kind of start building community. I think Gary Vee did it the best like years ago, where he literally just started answering wine questions, I think, on Facebook and Twitter, just being this random person just popping up and answering a question or offering value in some kind of way, or just engaging with that person, not sharing a link to their website, but just answering questions, just providing value. So don't pitch, just add value. And that's the same way for Instagram too. Like search those hashtags. There's a way for you to go in and follow certain hashtags. And so if people are engaging in those hashtags, you can go in and start giving value as well. Not just like a great post, thumbs up, but start giving like value there. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So what other questions? Am I missing any questions so far? I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope I'm not just like talking your head off. Let's see. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. I'm just pulling up the questions again. Engaging in those hashtags. You can go in and ask any questions that you have. I'm just pulling up. Of course, I'd like. Oops. Okay, so I also wanted to do, so I have about maybe a few more minutes left of this live stream, and let me make sure I answer all these questions first. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to make sure. Getting people to participate. Okay. Oh, here's one that is really interesting. So I have another question here that is, it says, oh gosh, I just lost it. Okay. I don't know exactly what to post. Do I only post on a business page, or do I use my personal page? What's the best balance to keep customers engaged? So I don't know about you guys. But I used to suffer with this like a lot. So, you know, like with the whole Instagram, so with the whole Facebook algorithm change, you think to yourself, well, I get more engagement up on my profile, so why can't I just use my profile and just kind of like ditch the whole Facebook page? But that's not what you want to do at all. Like, don't do it. If you post business up on your if you post business content up on your personal profile a ton of times, people are going to start they're going to start reporting that, and Facebook will shut down your account just like that, because it's really against their terms of use to sell through your personal page. All selling has to be done on your business page, and the benefit of that is that you can see all kinds of analytics and do ads and get and you'll get more of an idea of how of what your customers are through their insights. Okay. So for Instagram now, it's a little bit different because you don't exactly have to have a business Instagram to do business. Instagram is kind of like a freer channel where they have the option, but they haven't yet made it mandatory for you to do business on an Instagram business page. I have an Instagram business page only because I like the analytics that they offer me, and I like to just do the ads right in Instagram. What I would suggest to you is give it a try. It's not a actual once you create a business account or once you make your Instagram profile into a business account, you can always go back. There isn't like a once you change over, you're like done. Just give it a try. Go ahead and see if you like the analytics. I personally think it's really worth it because you also have your actual call to action buttons right up on your Instagram, so you don't have to put all that information inside the bio. Your bio can be something that more articulates your why and what you do, instead of using too many characters to put your email and to put your phone number and to call and text you and things like that. The call to action buttons are all there up on your Instagram. So let's see. I think I have another one. Is it worth purchasing an ad on Instagram? I think ads are totally worth it if it's in your budget. That's the question, because the way that ads work is that you pay more money, you reach more people. So what you have to do, and that can be a very, very scary thing, because what you have to do is make sure that you're targeting the right people to get the return that you want. And so what I would do is hone into the ideal customer. I wouldn't do an ad until you know exactly who you are trying to target, until you know your ideal customer, because that way you'll already know the brands they follow, the brands that the brands that they follow, the type of keywords that they're searching for, and you just have like a better idea of who they are, so that when you are getting ready to put forth that money into Facebook ads or Instagram ads, you're going to easily be able to fill out your audience form and to maybe even save some money than what you would have been if you didn't do it. I hope that answered your question, Nikki. Let's see. So Autumn has one. When it comes to posting trendy posts, is it a good thing to pull an audience from something that's trending, like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or try and make it more original than to copy? So this is a good question. So this is something that even bigger brands deal with. Like, you guys do not even know. When it comes to trending topics, only do the trending topic if it relates to your brand. If it does not, don't do it. Don't even try. Just stick to your regular scheduled programming, okay? So what you want to do is, again, think about if that person that you are really trying to reach cares about that trending topic. If they don't, move on. Does that answer the question? Like, I think I was giving a little bit of sass there, Autumn, and it wasn't to you. Like, even in my past companies that I worked for, like, we had that crazy discussion. So I feel a little bit passionate about it. Let's see. Rose, speaking of analytics, do analytics really matter? Oh man, oh my God, yes, they matter. They matter if you know what you're looking for. So if you're using Instagram analytics or Facebook analytics or even Google analytics, you get a ton of information. But if you don't know, exactly what you're looking for, then they don't do you any good. What I like to do is, and this may be a little crazy, but I like to just ignore. If I'm just starting out something, I just want to ignore the analytics for like the first 30 days, maybe even 60 days, because I get too wrapped up in what's happening, and if something changes just all of a sudden, it may not even be in relation to whatever I'm doing, because my page or my strategy is way too new for me to base it off of like the first 3 days of change. And so what I would do is like to just wait it out for like 30 days, do your whole new strategy for 30 days, and then look at that data and then see, like, did engagement go up compared to like the past 30 days? Or are people clicking on links versus, are they clicking on links more versus engaging with the post? Are they going through your website, and from your website, are they clicking on the things that you want them to click on? So that's kind of like a way where you can start using your analytics like at the most like basic level. There's a ton of more advanced ways that we can definitely get into with Google Analytics, but I just don't want to get into that right now. So yes, analytics really do matter, but just start small and then build from there. Okay. Do you think Instagram can look too polished? Do people trust brands that show they can be a bit of a hot mess, or should you always put your best foot forward? I like that question, because I think we all, like, at least for Instagram, I think we all think that we should have this amazing feed. I mean, even photographers tell me that I need to fix my feed, but I think that you don't have to look polished. I think that the feed matters in different industries, and for my industry, it doesn't matter as much. So if I am a photographer, and most photographers in this industry, they use Instagram as kind of their really quick portfolio, and so for them, totally, they use their Instagram as a mini like assessment of like their work. So yes, they should definitely be concerned about their actual like grid. But for other people like you and me, I don't think it matters. I think it says a lot when you can just post a really busted selfie of yourself that really gives value to your ideal customer. Because at the end of the day, Your ideal customer does not care what you are wearing. They don't care whether you are in Starbucks looking at your phone like this. They want to know what the true tea is and how can you give them value. If you can give them value, then they want to talk to you. If you can't, then they will move on. All right, so Megan, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so Tia asked, hi Tia, yes, Nicole. So if you are a style blogger, yes, I would think that maybe your Instagram feed would matter. But if you are a style blogger that kind of goes a line between lifestyle and maybe even like bargain brands and things like that, I think it says something to you to be a little bit more authentic and for you to show that like, hey, you're not just this perfect thing. I know I kind of appreciate it. And I think it just kind of depends on your ideal customer. Nicole, your ideal customer likes to see you in messed up makeup and PJs and stuff. So I don't want you to be changing your Instagram feed, okay? Let's see. Tia asks, which e-commerce websites are best to choose from in building a website for your business? And so when it comes to e-commerce websites, there are two that comes to mind. So if you are using WordPress, there's always the WooCommerce plugins that you can use, or use Shopify. I would use Shopify. WooCommerce is very complicated, and if you don't have a team to help you code and things like that, you are going to be on your own and out of $200. Oh, because the plugin is free, but for you to do all this this extra stuff, you're going to have to pay for it. Versus Spotify, everything comes in one package. You may pay like $12 here, $20 here, but everything is done for you. It just is an easier thing for you to do if you want to get launched without being stressed all the time, and if you don't have a dedicated developer on your team to do so. Okay, so you know what? It's almost 8 o'clock. So you know what I want to do? Wait, so I've been getting good feedback about Shopify as well. Yes, use Shopify. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you. So what I want to do is give you guys a little something. So I want to tell you guys about something, and I'm so sorry because I did not even get it ready or pulled up. Like, what is wrong with me? I'm such a slacker. Let's see. Okay, so thank you guys so much for really hanging out with me, even with the technical difficulties that I did about refreshing my browser and then ending the whole entire live stream. As a token of my appreciation, I wanted to let you guys be the first people to know that I am launching an online course. And guess how much it costs? It's free, y'all. It's free. If you want to know how to create better social media content, this is going to be the course for you. You get to do it in just 5 days. And so and you also have me being with you every step of the way. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you guys a link, and in about 1 week, well, it's going to launch on March 12th actually. So on March 12th, you're going to get a link that is going to allow you to enroll into this course. And in the course, you're going to learn how to schedule your content or plan it out, how to really choose your categories for your ideal customer, and actually commit to building out that content for 5 days. We're gonna pull off. My goal is to make sure that everyone has their next 30 days scheduled and ready to go. And just ready to really hone into your ideal customer and posting content that they actually care about so that you guys can get the sales and the engagement and the traffic that you guys all deserve. If you guys are interested, I would love it if you guys could just click on this link below. I'm going to share it in this actual comment section right here. Let me try to pin it too. Let me try to pin it. Oh, geez. If you guys are interested in learning more about this social media content challenge that I'm going to be doing for everyone, click on that link, sign up, and then you'll be the first to get it when it launches next Monday. It's going to be a 5-day course. So on Monday we go live, and you watch the video, you download the resources, and you work that out, and then at 7 o'clock each day I go live. I may not be in this beautiful building. I may be in my cave, but look, it's going to work because I'm going to be still dropping gems for y'all, okay? So you're going to be able to chat with me each night about kind of maybe going through your ideal customer, figuring out what the heck you want to say online each day, or any kind of struggles that you may be having. It's going to be so amazing for you to join it, and I can't wait for you guys to be a part of it. Thank you so much for attending this live stream. I really hope that you guys sign up for this free social media class that I'm doing. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow in the group. Thanks, guys.